Hi everybody, welcome to Valley Views, what you see and what you hear in the Coachella Valley. We're still in February, we're still celebrating Valentine's, and we hope that each and every day in 2015 is a happy Valentine's Day for you and your sweetheart. I want to share a book with you. This is called Dancing Naked in Fuzzy Red Slippers. Now this book was suggested to me by Travis, who has that fabulous card store at 111 in Cook Street. And I took it on the cruise, and I have to tell you, I don't know where she goes with the Dancing Naked, because what it really is are several vignettes, and some of them are just priceless. This one I especially love. Pink. Mom always says, just be happy. I used to think it was a silly, weightless thing to say, and now I realize the magnificence of this simple truth that she had given me all along. I love it when they say nice things about moms. I have a great mom with me today, and we're going to tell you a very, very special story about she and her family and her son. Really special. Her name is Bryn Rydquist, and we're going to talk about another great book, a truly great book, In God's Hands. Also here today, Angelina Coe. She's the executive director of Shelter from the Storm, and Raymond McAllister, who is the gala chair. We're so happy to have them. And visionaries of Tools for Tomorrow. Lights, camera, action. It's a luncheon honoring Harold Matzner, who does so much for the Coachella Valley. We're thrilled to have them. It's Jenny Inch, C.J. Westrick Banan, and Carol Curtis. We hope you will just sit back, relax, enjoy Valley Views, and we'll be right back.
Get ready for America's Technicolor Cowboys.
Yeah, we're coming
Big and rich.
to your city.
Live in concert. Saturday, March 7th at 8 p.m. Spotlight 29 Showroom. Big and rich. With special guest, Cowboy Troy. Tickets are on sale now. At the box office or Spotlight29.com. Spotlight 29 Casino, the Valley's best bet.
Once upon a time, maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I was walking on the beach in Capistrano, where we love to be in August of every year, and I saw the cutest tow-headed little boy, and got to meet his mom and his dad and his grandma, and we all got to be friends. Well, the reason I'm telling you this is because his mother is here with me, Bryn Rydquist, and the truth is, she's written an amazing book about him, In God's Hands, and she's given lots and lots of talks throughout Southern California, and I'm so happy she had time to be with us today because we want to talk about this book.
Thank you for having me.
So happy you're here. Take us back and tell us kind of how it unfolded and what happened.
Well, for as long as I can remember, I wanted to be a mom. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, but I knew I wanted to have lots and lots of kids. So when my husband and I were married, just before our 1-year anniversary, we found out we were pregnant. We were elated. And very soon into that pregnancy, I started to get really sick. I had high levels of, or high blood pressures, and so they started to run several different tests. And ultimately, I was diagnosed with lupus nephritis, which is an autoimmune disease centralized in my kidneys. As a result, I started to retain mass amounts of water, and I was admitted to the hospital. After about a week in the hospital, I suffered an eclamptic seizure, and they delivered Noah at 24 weeks, 4 days gestation.
24 weeks?
24 weeks. He weighed 1 pound, 6 ounces, and just before he was born, the doctors came in and told us he had less than 50% chance of surviving birth, less than 1% chance of having any quality of life. And in that same breath, they told us we would never have any more kids of our own. And so all in one moment, we went from, thinking we were going to have this beautiful family.
Elation.
Yes, to imagining a life without that completely.
Despair. And didn't they also say that you might not make it?
Yes. They didn't expect either of us to survive the night he was born. One of the nurses, after he came home, came and told me that most of the women that suffer an eclamptic seizure either are brain dead or they do pass away. So she said, it's just a miracle that I actually survived that night.
And so you brought him home from the hospital.
We did. After he was in the hospital for 4.5 months, he came home 2 weeks after his due date, 3 days before Mother's Day. And it was the best Mother's Day gift. I stayed in bed all weekend with that boy. I didn't leave. It was I think I cried the whole time too.
Sure, yeah. And when he'd go to sleep, you'd wake him up.
Yes. Yes. Just stare at him on his little monitor, and it's the best gift in the world.
Okay, and so now as it goes along, how did things, did his health maintain?
Yes. He's 8 years old, and the only setback we've had over the years, he had eye surgery before he came home. He developed something called retinopathy of prematurity, where because of the oxygen, the retinas actually begin to detach from the back of the eyes.
Okay.
So they saw this was happening. They went in, they did laser eye surgery. He was less than 5 pounds. They did it, and then he had to recover, and then he was able to come home after that.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, he wears glasses now, so we watched that develop, but honestly, glasses, schmasses,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And God, he is so cute and so... And what's he doing now? What did he just do?
He's gotten into acting. So over the summer, he's very theatrical. He loves to sing, and he loves sports too, but anyway, he won't do anything we recommend. So one day during the summer, I said, hey, let's just go by this little playhouse. And I walked him in, actually it was right before the summer, and I walked him in, and he saw all these pictures, and they had dates below them. And one was Harry Potter, and Mom, what's that? And I said, well, these are their summer camps they're doing, and they're doing a Harry Potter week, and his eyes were big, and he had to see the stage. And so he said, can I do one of these? And I said, of course you can, because now it's his idea, So we ended up doing 2 of those, and then he loved it so much, we did their fall production of Beauty and the Beast, and they cast him as Gaston.
Dear God.
And he sang, and he wore the muscles and the wig with the ponytail, and he was amazing. He was just amazing.
And so he's going to do more.
Yes, he just auditioned for Aladdin last weekend, so today I get to go and find out.
Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Yeah. And scholastically, he's doing well?
He is so incredibly smart. Right now, I'll give him a Diary of a Wimpy Kid book, and it's 280 pages, and he'll blow through that in a couple of days.
Whoa.
Yeah, he loves to read. He loves school, I think, mostly for recess, to hang with his friends, but he does love reading.
And so how's Stephen doing with all this?
He's doing fantastic.
Her husband? At
the time, I mean, obviously, when we were both in the hospital, he was driving back and forth because after Noah was born, they took him to a different hospital because the one we were at didn't have a NICU that could take a baby that small. Yeah. So for the first 4 or 5 days, he would leave my bedside and drive to his, and he didn't know if one of us was going to be okay or not okay, when he got there, and he would go home at night and just be by himself with our dog, but just be by himself. And I think now just the fact that everybody's thriving and healthy, I mean, such a huge blessing, such a huge blessing. So
listen, I know you're going to think, I mean, time flies by when we're already out of time, but tell me about your second book.
My second book. Well, over the last couple of years, I really just, on the way to school, Noah and we say prayers every day. He prays for animals, and he loves his animals, but I always try to, just instill a tidbit of something every day, something that God has taught me that I would like to put in his language that he can, take with him. And so really it's just a prayer book for boys and girls, but mostly for boys, and just teaching them how to just grow into men and the way they can pray for things. So
thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Love to your mom,
I'll give it to her.
And Noah, all of them, everybody.
Thank you, Patty.
And Jonathan. And Valley Views, when I can get a tissue, will return.
Desert Lexus wants to make 2015 the year you drive a new Lexus. That includes the exciting new 2015 NX crossover SUV or the performance-minded 2015 RC and RCF Coupe. Add our inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles, high level of customer service, and convenient Saturday service hours, and 2015 looks like the perfect year to drive a Lexus, making the most of every moment. Desert Lexus in the Cathedral City Auto Center or online at desertlexus.com.
Here we are.
Everybody comes here with a bright smile and positive attitude. You know, you can show up here and be in the worst of mood and leave with the most grateful heart.
If you're thinking about volunteering, I would definitely suggest coming down to Pegasus. It's definitely an experience that will last a lifetime.
All we ask for is a couple hours of your time, whatever you can give. We just need your help.
When I very first came to the Coachella Valley, we had a condo here at Ironwood. Then we decided to build a home. And in the mix of that, that's almost 25 years ago, somewhere along the line I heard that there was nothing here by way of like Shelter from the Storm is. And so I was on their founding board, and it was an amazing time, and I am thrilled to have my guests here today to tell you about what's happening with Shelter from the Storm, a gala that they have coming up. To my right is Angelina Coe. You are the executive director.
Yes.
That's a big job.
It is.
And then there's Raymond McAllister, who's the gala chair. That's a big job.
Just a little.
So thank
No
both
pressure.
of you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you.
need to kind of know a little bit about what's happening, how's it going, and certainly if there's anything anybody at home can do.
Well, we are still the only comprehensive domestic violence shelter here in the Coachella Valley. There's only 2 in all of Riverside County. And so we serve everywhere from Banning and Beaumont Pass all the way to Blythe. So that's a big territory.
Big territory.
And we have our emergency shelter, which is a 72-bed program, and then our transitional housing program, which can house up to 18 families. And we specialize in intimate partner violence, as you very well know. So that's still going and moving forward. You know, since 2008, the economy has been a little questionable, to say the least.
Yes, to say the least.
And that's created an impact in the funding. And so when I started in 2012, my job was to take the bull by the horns, so to speak, and help revitalize the funding part of the agency, go after new grants, private foundations, come up with creative ways of sustaining the agency and the quality of work that we're doing, because we don't want to compromise that at all.
Yeah.
You know, that's our main goal. It's not about how many we serve, it's the service we give to the few that do come through our door.
Exactly.
You know, our catchphrase is we're changing lives one family at a time here in the Coachella Valley, and that's what we're doing.
Yes.
And so that's my goal and my passion. And then Raymond joined our board, and you know, this year he has become our board chair for the gala, and you know, we're really looking to move it forward, and it's the New Beginnings Gala, because that's what we're celebrating. We're celebrating survival, the new beginnings for our clients. You know, the past is in the past. We need to move forward and help them go from where they were to where they need to be, and that's what this event is really celebrating. And that was the premise that started it all.
And the gala is the 28th of March.
March 28th. And it's going to be at the Palm Springs Convention Center.
Boy.
It's our 3rd year there. We're so excited this year. We've partnered with a production company from Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. So we're partnering with another charity to help us produce our event.
Oh, I love this.
We're so excited. They were founded in 1988, and since then they've raised over $250 million for people with HIV, AIDS. Don't you cry.
No, but it's so amazing.
People with HIV, AIDS, and AIDS-related illnesses. And last year alone, $7,500 came back to DAP in our valley, and also another $5,000 went to Inland AIDS Project in Riverside.
Goodness.
So the money that we share with the charity, most of the performers get a very small honorarium, and most of them donate it back.
Wow.
So a lot of them do it as charity work, and then the money goes right back to each charity.
That
and
is
across the country.
so amazing.
So, we thought that it was, a great thing for us to partner with another charity that helps people in need.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I've wondered why that hasn't happened a little bit more. So I'm thrilled to hear that.
Well, we're all about the collaboration. And again, we're celebrating survival and new beginnings. And what better way to do that than to collaborate with another nonprofit, another charity that's helping. And it's so dire here in our valley, especially with victims of domestic violence. They are exposed to HIV/AIDS more often than not, just from the nature of the abuse.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect tie-in.
Oh, that's just so great. That is so great. And when the first meeting that I went to was at Dennis Healy's home. And we had to take classes so that we would understand better. And a lot of people would say to me, well, have you experienced this? And the truth is that I had not. I was fortunate. I had, my dad and my brother and husband, really, I just felt that there was a need here. And just all the people who were involved in shelter at that time were so committed, and I'm sure they still are.
Absolutely.
We're continuing. Dennis comes and supports all our events.
Does he?
Yes, he's still really active with us, and really appreciate that. I think he's a great asset to have. We need more people like him to continue to help and support. One of the big pushes that we're doing right now with the Save the Dates and before the event is sponsorships. We still have some sponsorships open, and you mentioned the training. We still offer that. That's still a requirement to work and be part of the agency. Just understanding the plight of domestic violence is really difficult, especially if you haven't been there. And even some of us survivors, we sometimes get jaded by our own experiences.
Right.
And I say we because I'm also a survivor, and it's been many, many years. But this is why I do what I do, because I don't want someone to go through having to do it alone.
Right.
And I had my parents and my family, and we were raised with that mentality of abuse isn't okay in whatever nature it comes in. But I still fell into that cycle, knowing better, as they say.
That's interesting.
And I was educated, but love is blind, and you kind of really just follow your heart, and it might not lead you down the right path. And that's exactly what happened.
Said.
So that's why I do what I do. And I think with what we're doing with the gala and moving forward and celebrating new beginnings, we're really celebrating that.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You should be so proud. I'm sure you are.
We are very much so, and I'm honored to have Raymond this year be the chair and working very closely with him as we move forward.
Because that's a big, big, big job.
It's a big job, and I'm so happy to do it. I'm very passionate about Shelter from the Storm. I grew up in not a nice environment growing up. My mom made some bad decisions.
She did.
And another thing that people don't realize, they think about the women, but it also affects the children. And I'm a child survivor of that. And so I'm very passionate about the cause. I'm very passionate about raising money. I'm very passionate about making sure that people that come and knock on the door, pick up the phone, are getting the help and the services that they need, because it's very important.
So important. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. All the best on March 28th.
Thank you. And on behalf of the board, we want to thank you so much for having us on your show and being able to talk about our cause and what we're doing in the Valley. And we want to give you a few flowers to brighten up your day.
Thank you so much. Look at that. That is so thoughtful.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us so much.
Thank you.
Really
anything that we can do, anytime.
Really appreciate it. Thank you so
Come
much.
back and see us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Valley Views will be right back.
Hey, it's Greg from Arbuckle Road, and I'd like to invite you guys all out to hear our own brand of rock and country music. And well, people really seem to like what we're doing, and from what I hear, we ain't done yet.
On behalf of the visionaries of Tools for Tomorrow, I am so proud to announce that the annual Tools for Tomorrow Teacher of the Year Award will now be called the Rachel Druten Founder Award.
Are you ready for lights, camera, action, and this marvelous bevy of beauties? And to my right is a favorite of Valley Views, Miss Jenny Inch. Now let's see, your title is Chair for Visionaries of Tools for Tomorrow. Thank you very much. And CJ Westrick Bomar, thank you very much. You're the
lunch chair / producer.
That's a good job for you.
Can I hold this up now?
Yes, you can.
Visionaries are presenting Lights, Camera, Action, honoring Harold Massner. Yay! Thursday, March!
And Carol Curtis is the publicity chair, and we're going to hear all about this fantastic event.
Yes. Well, first I have to tell you about Tools for Tomorrow.
Yes, you do.
Our little 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders throughout this entire valley for the last 15 years have been after school on site getting art, music, writing, and drama in every Tools for Tomorrow class, and it's all provided free for these little children.
Amazing.
Okay, and you know, it builds confidence, creativity, and compassion.
Yes.
Okay, there's really the examples and the nurturing of these children when given the opportunity like we do in these classes.
Look at that.
Look at these sweet little
Oh, look at
children.
this.
These are some of the Rancho Mirage Elementary Tools for Tomorrow children.
Oh, gosh.
And let me show you, this is just an example of a little 3rd grader's work. I mean, I never have been able to get past the stick figures, okay? I mean, I can't believe what they can do given the opportunity.
Have you been in my kitchen? I mean, that's just an
Oh,
art.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, exactly.
Mine are 9, 8, 5, 2. Awesome.
Special.
So great you do that.
Special. Well, our goal for the Visionaries is that every child in the Valley will ultimately be able to participate in the Tools for Tomorrow program, because for every class we have a waiting list of 150 to 200 children.
Really?
Yes. You know, we take care of all the costs.
Yeah.
That's why we have to raise more money in order to be able
Good reason.
to provide more teachers and have more children exposed to it.
Yes.
So we are grooming our future here.
This is true.
You
I say
know?
that all the time. Whether
Yeah.
you have children or not, they are the future.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're happy, and we're having an exciting event with this
You
year.
know, I love the theme.
Yes.
Yeah, isn't that great?
We decided, because of Harold Massner, who has saved the Palm Springs Film Festival, that we would honor him with Lights, Camera, Action, and the children are producing a film.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we have live entertainment by the children and a film by the children of Tools for Tomorrow. How exciting is that?
That is very exciting.
Very exciting. So we're going to
this
let
pillow
Harold
down.
maybe sit on the director's chair, but we're not quite sure yet.
Okay.
We might let him sit at the director's chair.
I think that would be a good
I
idea.
think that would be really,
Your publicity
really,
chair.
really fun.
You should demand that happen.
I know.
I hereby
Carol,
demand and
you
decree.
hereby demand. But you know, the beauty of this whole thing is Harold's being honored because he has supported Tools for Tomorrow so much. It costs $10,000 per school. So to do it for an entire year. So we welcome all of your donations. That would be spectacular. This is going to be such a fun event. We're going to have a red carpet. And we have a celebrity artist reception. And the Baronis, Karen and Tony Baroni, are our curators. And they have brought together William Day, John Newman, and Diane Morgan's art. Plus we have the children's art too. So we have, it's going to be
Got it
wonderful
covered.
with music, red carpet reception, Hollywood theme, the whole bit for the whole thing. It's going to be so much fun. And I do want to say something about the arts. Carol Channing, who was one of our previous
Love Carol
honorees, absolutely wonderful honoree. Carol Channing stated, "Art fertilizes children's brains. Art is an elixir for the soul, and it should be available for everyone."
Oh, amen.
And what about a woman who, for Hello Dolly, never missed 5,000 performances in a row?
I know. Can you believe? I mean, that's
Yes.
just beyond awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah. What's your date and time and where and all that?
Yes.
March 5th at the Westin Mission Hills Resort.
Okay.
And it's going to start at 10:30 with the artist reception, and lunch will be at noon.
Yes. And the Tools for Tomorrow website is www.toolsfortomorrow.org. And we're sending out invitations that will go out next week. But if you want to come, please go on to the website.
Nice.
Tickets are $125 a piece, and the phone number is 760-601 3954. So call us and come.
How'd you get involved with these people?
How could you not? The minute I met them, they were just wonderful. I just am so pleased, and and it's not just these two. Everyone in the organization has been fabulous.
We all know that.
Yes.
Okay, we'll be there.
Good.
Thank
you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being here. And we're going to go now to Father Howard Lincoln. Father Lincoln.
There's a kind of a famous saying that goes like this: everybody wants to go to heaven, but not today. And yet it's very important for people to know that anything you ever hear about heaven, ever heard about heaven here on this earth, will absolutely pale in comparison to the real heaven that you will experience when you leave this earth. And this is a fact. It's not just a pipe dream. It's not a myth or a superstition. It's not something I'm saying just to make you feel better, but the absolute truth. And if you've lost a loved one, a spouse, a parent, or God forbid, a child, you will see that loved one again in heaven for all of eternity. In other words, death is not the end. In fact, there's no such thing really as death. We never really die. When we pass away, our lives are changed. They're not ended, and they're changed infinitely for the better. And it sounds very ironic, but we will never be as alive until after we die and leave this earth. Heaven will far surpass any expectation we can possibly have, and that makes the wonder of God and His heaven worth praying for, worth working for, and worth waiting for.
Thank you, Father Lincoln. Thank you so much. Sacred Heart Church, Father Howard Lincoln. I want to thank all my guests today, and I want to thank you for joining us. Until we meet again, remember, yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. Today's a gift, and that's why we call it the present. Live in the now moment. Enjoy our valley views, those you see and those you hear. Take good care and keep smiling. It's contagious. Peace, love, joy, faith. God bless. Hope to see you soon. And be sure and go to all of the wonderful events right here in the Coachella Valley. See ya.